Marva's path through her teenage years was a winding one, filled with quiet battles, whispered prayers, and moments of unexpected grace. After leaving her father's house, she worked wherever she could, washing clothes, scrubbing floors, carrying water, any task that earned her a few coins. Sometimes, hunger pressed so close that her stomach ached through the night. Yet even in those darkest moments, Marva's resolve never fully crumbled. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8. In time, Marva's journey took her to Kingston. She went to live with her aunt, hoping for steadier work and a fresh start. Kingston was loud and bustling, nothing like the quiet yards of her childhood, but it offered opportunity. By day, she worked tirelessly, cleaning homes, cooking, and sometimes helping sell goods in the market. By night, she returned to her aunt's small dwelling, worn out but a little stronger for it. And when she saved enough, Marva did something that came straight from her heart. She bought small gifts to bring home, shoes, clothes, and little trinkets for her siblings. Though her parents had offered her little, she still wanted to give. That act of love was Marva's way of choosing grace over bitterness. At 18, Marva became a mother herself, giving birth to her first daughter. Just 3 years later, she welcomed another child, which was her last pregnancy. Life became even harder then, days filled with work, nights often sleepless, always balancing the weight of being both mother and provider. They lived in small apartments, some with leaky roofs that let in the rain, others so humble that privacy felt like a luxury. But Marva never let despair take root. Even when money was scarce, she somehow found a way to keep food on the table, to keep the kids clothed, and most of all, to keep them in school. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Marva was determined her children would have what she had been denied. Marva may have been small in stature, but in spirit she was mighty. Marva may have been small in stature, but in spirit she was mighty. In our community, no one dared take advantage of her or her children. If anyone threatened them, she would stand tall, voice clear and unshaken. She taught her children that poverty did not mean weakness, and that respect was earned, not begged for. Neighbors learned quickly. Marva's children were off limits. When Marva's youngest was around 2, something happened that would forever live in whispers of awe and gratitude. Her daughter had wandered into the street, unseen by those around. A towering sugarcane truck, its wheels heavy and wide, rolled forward. Somehow, impossibly, it passed right over her, so small that its huge tires never touched her head. Witnesses gasped, expecting tragedy. Instead, they saw a living child untouched. For Marva, the sight nearly shattered her terror that stole her breath, then relief so fierce it brought her to her knees. She knew, as did everyone who watched, that it was nothing short of a miracle. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. That's from Psalm 91, verse 11. Marva and her kids lived with her daughter's father for a time. At first it seemed like stability, but quickly the cracks showed: betrayal, harsh words, and at times physical abuse. Marva endured for as long as she could, trying to keep a family together for their sake. But when the weight grew too heavy, and the risk to them too real, she made a choice rooted in fierce love. She left. Alone again with 2 young children, Marva refused to let fear guide her. She worked harder than ever, rented a small apartment, and slowly saved. Coin by coin, year by year, she built what had once seemed impossible, her own home. Alone again with 2 young children, Marva refused to let fear guide her. She worked harder than ever, rented a small apartment, and slowly saved. Coin by coin, year by year, she built what had once seemed impossible, her own home. It was humble, walls painted with love, a roof patched with hope, but it was theirs. They had a place where no one could cast them out. From there, Marva's determination blossomed into something greater. She opened a local bar, a small space at first, but it grew into a gathering place for all walks of life. Politicians, police officers, lawyers, teachers, neighbors. She treated every customer with respect, served each drink with quiet strength, and kept the space safe and welcoming. The bar flourished, becoming more than a business. It was Marva's statement to the world that she could rise beyond the poverty and rejection of her past. Through that bar, she paid for her children's education, from primary school through high school and even college. She built for them what she had never been given, a foundation. Despite everything, hunger, rejection, abuse, Marva never let her spirit die. She questioned God at times, yes. Why had he let her suffer so much, especially as a child? Yet even in doubt, her prayers continued, sometimes fierce, sometimes weary, but always honest. Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. That's from Job chapter 13, verse 15. She taught her children that faith is not the absence of questions, but the choice to keep walking, even with a broken heart. From grandparents' mango trees to nights of hunger to a small shop built by her own hands, Marva's journey is not just a story of survival. It is a testament that from broken beginnings, something strong and beautiful can grow. And though her sight would one day fade, the vision she carried, for her children to live better, dream bigger, and love deeper, burned brighter than ever. Thank you for listening to part 6 of Marva's journey, Rising from the Ashes. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, follow, and subscribe so you won't miss the next chapter, where Marva's life as a mother and businesswoman unfolds, full of faith, fight, and grace. Until next time, may your days be blessed and your spirit stay strong.